do what I did at least. I'm in the NBA. Time to play the game.
All right, everybody, this is Wednesday Night Basketball of the Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The fans here in Detroit ready to cheer on their Pistons in this interconference matchup.
Looks like I'm facing Jody Hicks. Jody is not on my level.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at
home,
really? A lot of people
we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Jazz lead by 9. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is to how he can go.
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And they're also clicking at the free throw line, not wasting any of those opportunities.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extreme.
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Freak.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. There's nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror.
From deep three-point range, the shot no good. And Detroit the other way now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Just not a disciplined defensively in that game, guys. A lot of silly fouls hurt them throughout.
I think
and so it's a close.
I cannot let this go. I gotta come back. My team not gonna lose like this. You see the score. Do you see what just happened right there? Oh man, that was despicable. Despicable.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons. And welcome back to the Pistons trailer.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. No luck that time either. Now for Jody Meeks, we were just talking about with Greg last year at Clark. He did have a game where he rained 9 3-pointers on Orlando, just one short of the Pistons' all-time record.
Well, it's all about rhythm for him. I'll tell you where he finally found some rhythm last month of the season. I mean, he shot 57% from the field and 44% from behind the arc. They are really struggling with fouls, Kevin. It's still early, but one more foul, and they're over the limit.
The drive by Jackson, and it's blocked, and they'll keep possession. And that one's good.
Let him out, get the rebound.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now here's Freak, guarded by Jackson. And Favors kicks to Hayward. Favors with a screen on Harris. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. Andre Drummond picks one up.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued. to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Outside Jackson. On the wing, Harris. That misses off the backboard. Utah leading. Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors. And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Morris is checked in for Detroit. Jody Meeks comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And a switch here also for Utah. Burks is checked in. Drummond a screen. Jackson passes to Drummond. No luck. Gobert with the defensive effort.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Brockman dishes to Gobert, and stolen by Drummond. Outside Jackson. Drummond a screen. Jackson drives in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
1:41 left here in the third quarter. Brockman kicks to Favors. Detroit with the rebound. Jackson's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're heading in the right direction.
And so the Pistons take the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Reggie Jackson.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie, too.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the
get it all in perspective. For all y'all enjoyment, a song y'all can step with. Y'all appointed me to bring rap justice, but I ain't 5-0, y'all know it's Nas, yo. Then a whole lot of only describe us as soldier survivors. Stay laced in the best, well dressed with finesse in the white tee, looking for white meat. Thug girl who fly and talk so nicely. Put her in the coupe so she can feel the nice breeze. We can drive through the city, no doubt, but don't say my cost. Say that.
This is like we're going to the second best team ever. Well, I want to Steph Curry, but he's not on my level. I'm ready for this, bud.
You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's going to do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
Let's go. Utah. No, we team. But this is the best team. Got this. Hey guys, I just want to tell you this is my own commentary. Sometimes I might not say anything you don't know.
The Jazz look to take charge at Energy Solutions Arena here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're going to bring it to you live.
Bring it on me.
For the Utah Jazz, they come into tonight after the loss to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket.
Oh, let's go. Going against that 97 overall Stephen Curry.
Brandon.
We got no better.
Jazz trail by 12.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Azili in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Curry. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right.
Yeah.
Turn that game off. I said I want my mama to watch TV.
She was, but she wasn't even watching it. That's unfair. She wasn't even watching it. She was doing her crossword. And since she was doing her crossword, I just... Sorry for the inconvenience. I am doing a little talking right
now. There. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
And it's Freak missing. Warriors leading by 14. A moment to check in with
cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No secret about that. I mean, when they're able to get into a rhythm shooting the ball, they can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry. They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
To end the run. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They get Stephen Curry.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening, one-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Curry with the steal. It's 2-on-1. And here they go. And there's Barnes. That's good on the assist by Curry. Barnes has got his second bucket of the game to go. Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an...
Mom. Get washed up. He did? Okay. Go wash your face and brush your teeth. They'll be back 7:30. No. Get this stuff up. Come on, Mom. I want to wash my
NBA record for the Warriors. His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Utah is shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Freak with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Good if it goes. And that's not going to go. And that's it for the first. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
How you do?
I was going to say, Greg, how big...
You want to wash up in my bathroom or that's mine?
Wait, give me a sec, y'all. I just gotta look at something.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Spates. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Hood out there with Freak, and it's Gobert in at the center. That's the group right now for Utah.
I do.
From 10 feet out, and it's off the back rim, no good. The Jazz have gone 8 of 13 in the second quarter, well above the 50% mark from the field.
You know, the league going to more ball movement, more outside shooting, less isolation play, and those are all natural fits for the talents of Klay Thompson, who's great moving off the ball, and we know he can stroke it from long range.
And let's focus briefly on an area we often overlook. Point guard rebounding. Here are the leaders in that category over the past 10 games. Third is Stephen Curry.
And this is a unique group of players. It's not often we talk about the rebound leaders at the point, but with these guys, it's warranted because of just how well they do it.
And Greg, I think it gives them an edge over most of their counterparts at the point guard spot. I mean, desire, attitude, and they really look to mix it up. They're not afraid to do anything to help their team's cause.
Well, Greg, for Thompson, a hard-working defender. You were talking about it. Do you think Clark, his offensive style, frees him up to put more energy into defense?
Well, you know, it could be. I mean, he's extremely smooth. He's uber smooth in how he operates. He doesn't have to drive the lane and absorb a lot of contact to get his shot off, and he's quick and efficient with his offense. So that does leave him more energy for the defensive end.
And the Warriors making a change here. Ezeli's checked in.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Freak with it. Curry meets him. Brockman, and that one comes up a bit short.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Shot is off. And it's Utah the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that'll be the third of the four straight at home. 32 seconds left in the first half of the game. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Brockman's got 6.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
They get the rebound. Ezeli, and stolen by Favors. Got a piece of it. And Thompson kicks to Ezeli. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Ezeli's got his first points of the game.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that...
Oh, man, that was too close. Man. So sad about this. We're going to come back in the game and not lose like this. This is horrible.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, the Jazz with some changes. Hood comes in for Alec Burks, and Freak subbed in for Trey Burke. Then for the Warriors, Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut, and it's Harrison Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, it's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, Barnes and Green of the forward set, and it's Ezeli in at the 5, roaming the paint. There's a minute 34 left in the third. And Brockman gets it to go.
I'm clutch when it comes, baby. I'm clutch.
Here's Curry. He's got 25. Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
What? Come wash up so you can put on some clothes. You didn't put on no clothes yesterday. Wash your body up and put on some clothes.
She did put on clothes yesterday.
No, she didn't. She had the other gown on.
Oh, yeah,
yesterday.
we didn't go on. We go to the restaurant yesterday. I said, "You go to the restaurant yesterday?" Yeah, she went to go on it. Hey, now.
Be quiet, though, Sean. So what? Come on. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm coming back.
I'm ready.
It's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs if they were in the East.
Dishes to Favors. Freak sets a screen for Favors. Passes it to Brockman. Pass to Gobert. Clock at 6. Shoots. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. first in rebounding, and he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And, you know, just going back real quick to the fact that he rebounds so well, I mean, that's a tremendous feat. He's a monster in the paint.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Get the ball inside.
Here's Brockman. Another miss by Utah. On its way from Curry for 2. Nails it with a hand in his face. Curry's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him.
Down by 20.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth. This is Ely. He's jacked in for Golden State. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Brockman in a 2-guard. Booker out there with Hood. Then it's Jeff Withey. That's the group right now for Utah.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
You gotta be looking at
Curry kicks to Bogut. The screen from Thompson. Lets it go from 14. The rebound by the Jazz. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Jazz.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Curry. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Here's Iguodala. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Go, baby. Go. I'm not losing it.
The free throw drops for Iguodala.
I'm trying to make the team come back.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Brockman, and he nails the jumper.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Jazz foul. That's his first personal foul.
He's off on the first.
Take me out.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
I kept my team up. Mara, I'm out.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille.
And in peace, Stephen Curry played the game. Peace, I'm out. Peace. Darshawn Brockman is the key. I'll see y'all later, maybe today again, but I'm going.